Hello all, my name is Stephen Thomas and today I'd like to show you how you do a Google quiz. Now I'm listening to this YouTube video here by Mr. Dingle and I'm going to just listen to it and hear a question, and I'm going to show you how you put that question onto a Google quiz.
To decide what would happen to Germany after the war. There were many conferences between the three great powers that defeated Germany, and this picture was taken at the Potsdam Conference. On the left-hand side, you'll see Winston Churchill, the leader of Great Britain. In the middle, you'll see Harry S. Truman, which, as you know from the last video, took over from Roosevelt, who had died. And you will see on the far right, Stalin, the leader of Russia.
Right, so here we've listened to a question and now we're going to try and make a Google quiz. So I'm going to start on a new tab and I'm going to now type, let's just move this down so you can see what I'm typing. I'm going to type forms.google and then it says .com. It completes it for me and then I'm going to hit enter. So now it's loading docs.google.com, but it's going to start with, it says here, start a new form. So I'm going to hit start a new form. So it's going to come up with a form for me. And it says untitled form, so I'm going to click there in the top. And I'm going to delete the untitled form. And I'm going to call it the Potsdam Conference. Right, so that is now the heading of the form. Now I go to untitled question, and for my first questions I always say your school, e.g. Muizenberg High School. Then I go and I'm going to just move this up a little bit there. Unfortunately, I have to make this a bit wider because it hasn't got all the alternatives. There, it's got just there, it shows the alternatives. So now you press add question. So I'm going to press add question. And then I'm going to type here your name, surname, grade. And there it says it's a short question, and then that's fine. Oh, I'm just going to go back to this top one. I didn't want a multiple choice question. I wanted a short answer question. So I hit that and I say short answer. So now this has turned it into a short answer question, and then I go to my second question, and that's already assuming it's a short answer question. Fine, I've got two short answer questions. Now remember this plus button here says add question, so we add. Now we come to our real first question. And let's say my question is going to be, at the Potsdam Conference were three leaders. Who was not there? Okay, so this is a multiple choice question. So now I go to option number one. So we know the guy on the left was Winston Churchill, so we'll say Churchill. Okay, so we know he was there. And we just clicked on the second option. Now I know that Mr. Dingle mentioned that Roosevelt wasn't there. So let's just type Roosevelt. I'm not sure. I'm not a history teacher. I guess that's how you spell Roosevelt. I can just press enter, or I can go and click on the next question. So the next question, I'm going to say, I know it was Harry S. Truman. So let's say Truman and add option. I just click there And I know the last person there was Stalin. So now there are my my options, and there is the one that I know is at the Potsdam conference there were three leaders. Who was not there? And Mr. Dingle mentioned that Roosevelt had just died, so he wasn't there. And then I simply go on to my next add question, and we go to the next question. Now I'm going to listen to the video again. Right, so here we're back with a video. Let's look for another question.
Now, the reason why this conference is so important is because right in the middle of the conference, the picture changed from this to this. Still Truman and Stalin being there, but Clement Attlee on the left-hand side took over from Churchill.
Okay, Clement Attlee took over from Churchill. So there looks like our second question. So let's go back to our Google form, and we've already added that. Our first one was question 1. Now we're going to add question 2. We can say later on at the Potsdam conference, who left and who took his place? Right, and let's go for, it says there it's a multiple choice question. Let's have a look at option 1. Now let's make option 1 the correct one. Who left? It was Churchill left. His place. Okay, please excuse my spelling if they're wrong. Let's take a distraction. Let's choose a distractor. Stalin left and Putin took his place. Right, so we know that's wrong. Let's choose option number 3. Who else did we have there? We had the British. We had let's say Truman left, and Roosevelt got resurrected, took his place. And let's just add some random nonsense like, let's say, Churchill left and Boris took his place. Right, so now we've got our 4 questions. Let's just make it a 2-question quiz. So now we've finished with it. So we don't have to do anything more. And you can carry on adding questions, and then we go to settings. So we hit that button for settings that looks like a little flower or a wheel. I don't want to restrict it to my little group, so you'll see it's all those blocks are unticked on the settings. I hit save, and now I'm going to go back to this little wheel and look at quizzes. Now I'm turn all my forms into a quiz. So you see there's a sliding kind of button. You click on the right of it, and it says quiz options. Release mark, yes, immediately after each submission, later after manual review, but that requires their emails, which I don't have. Respondent, that's the people answering, can see the missed questions. We want that. We don't want them to see the correct answers and the point value. And we're going to hit save. So we hit save. Just let's see if I can lift this so that you can see this clearly. You see there's a save button there. So I hit save. Now I'm going to go and again click on the first question. Now that this is a key, this is a quiz, look, there's an answer key. So I hit the answer key, and there it says 2 points. I always make my question out of 2 points. So that's out of 2 points. And I want to now click the radio button. That is the correct answer. At the Potsdam conference, there were 3 leaders. Who was not there? Remember, Roosevelt had died. Okay, so now that remembers that is the correct answer. You can click done. It's not necessary, or you can just go on to the next question. Later on at the Potsdam conference, who left and who took his place? Okay, so Churchill left, Attlee took his place is the correct answer. We click on that. Oh, it doesn't do anything. I've got to first click on answer key. So I click on answer key. There it asks me how much points. It's worth 2. Then I'm going to click on the correct answer there. And now everything's done. You might as well click on done. You don't actually have to. It's all done. And now you go to send. So here I click on send. I'm going to send it via, I'm going to first create a link to send. This is the link for the form. So I click that. It creates a link I can send to my learners. I'm going to click shorten link. Now there's the shortened link. I press copy so that I can make a copy and send it to my learners. And now that is done. I can send via email. I guess I could click on email to myself, or I can just go back to the send button here and redo that and just get the link for it. So now I've sent, I've got my whole form. It's all there, and then I just have to send that link to my learners. So there, from that, I've got the beginnings, just 2 questions of a Google quiz.